How's it going, everyone? We've got a bit of an update on the state of play that is coming up on reportedly September the 24th. That makes all the sense in the world to me. I feel like you should do a state of play event with some exciting announcements ahead of pre-orders going live for the PlayStation 5 Pro, and Jeff Grubb has reiterated as much, and yet another remaster may be presented at this state of play. According to Jeff Grubb, who has a credible record of leaking stories, he had noted that there is another remaster that's in the works alongside Horizon Zero Dawn Remaster that might even be less exciting. I feel like this might be Gravity Rush 2. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, if it's Gravity Rush 2 that Jeff Grubb is alluding to as far as getting a remaster alongside Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon is at this point a juggernaut IP that it just feels incredibly transparent that they are re-releasing this game because they feel like the IP has a lot of cachet and you know, they can monetize the game again. Gravity Rush, on the other hand, getting a PlayStation 5 and PC release, it's a lesser franchise that I do feel like deserves a second chance, and the PC release would be opening up the game to a brand new audience that hadn't played the game before. I feel like this route of doing a remaster, I still don't think GR2 is a game that absolutely needs a remaster, but opening up the game to a new audience as far as the PC release goes, I do think that does make some sense. And there's obviously the Gravity Rush movie. Horizon Zero Dawn, to me, just, it's so much Horizon that we're getting, and Horizon Zero Dawn's already been released on PC. It just came out on PC back in August of 2020. That was 4 years ago. What are we doing here? We're just gonna release the game again on PC? And this is coming from somebody that's not even one of those people that vehemently hate Horizon. I know Horizon is one of the more divisive franchises that PlayStation has. Some people really like it, other people not so much. Horizon, to be perfectly honest, to me, is one of PlayStation's best franchises. As far as my own personal enjoyment out of it, I absolutely love Horizon. I thought Zero Dawn was excellent from a gameplay standpoint, from a story standpoint, which I thought they kind of fumbled. Kinda would be putting it lightly, but you know, I thought they really fumbled Horizon's narrative in Horizon Forbidden West, and it got kind of crazy. I'll see how the third game goes, and hopefully the third game does course correct a little bit as far as the narrative is concerned, but I really enjoyed Horizon. Gravity Rush, on the other hand, is a game that, you know, I'm kind of desperate for Gravity Rush to get a little bit more justice, for Gravity Rush to be opened up to a newer audience, and I'm not saying Gravity Rush 2 Remaster is suddenly going to get people incredibly excited and people are going to go check it out. It absolutely should not get anything more than like a 30-second trailer and you just announce it for PS5 and PC and you move on. Something like this cannot be your big announcement, and again, while I personally am happy about the idea of Gravity Rush 2, and this is just speculation that it is Gravity Rush 2 because the Gravity Rush 2 remaster seems like something that's definitely going to happen. The reports have already been there, and I am just basing it off of that. It could be something else, but just thinking about it being Gravity Rush 2, that is a little bit more exciting. You know what would be like so random? Like, if it's Gravity Rush 2, I would be happy about that, but there are some options that would be totally random and I would just be like, bro, what are we doing? Like, Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become Human getting a remaster? Nobody's going to care about that. I wouldn't care. Detroit already looks great. It plays great. It's a narrative-driven game. And, you know, it had its audience. Gravity Rush 2, on the other hand, I feel like could find a new audience on PC, and Detroit, by the way, also has gotten a PC release. But, yo, there's options. Days Gone Remastered, even though that game got is 60 frames per second on PlayStation 5, like, that would be kind of lame, and it's like Days Gone, again, already released on PC. There are definitely options outside of Gravity Rush 2 that I would just be scratching my head being like, what the hell is this? Like, why are we even releasing this? Like, thinking off the top of my head, is there, like, God of War 2018 remastered? Like, are we gonna be doing that? I can totally see. Why did I just say that, and why am I speaking this into existence? Because God of War, much like Horizon, is a juggernaut IP, and that's the type of game, you know, from a Sony standpoint, that I feel like they would be looking at it, they would be like, how do we monetize God of War 2018 again? Oh, I know, let's remaster the game, let's drop that again on PC. You know what, like God of War 2018 I can absolutely actually see getting remastered now that I think about it, because if you're remastering games like Last of Us Part 2, if you're remastering games like Horizon Zero Dawn, you know, why not do God of War? As far as the big three IPs from Sony is concerned, I think they perceive their big three IPs to be God of War, Horizon, and Last of Us. These days, I really believe those are the three biggest franchises that Sony perceives to be their biggest. And think about it, God of War getting a television series, Last of Us already got a television series, and Horizon is getting a television series as well. So those are the franchises they're also trying to adapt into other mediums on top of that. I could totally see God of War 2018 getting remastered, and honestly, that is just awful to think about, and that would be, I don't know if it would be less exciting than Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm sure there are people that would be excited to play through God of War 2018 again, but that would be one that I would think would be lame as hell. God of War, another game that had gotten a PC release. But outside of all the remasters and just doing remasters over and over again, optically, it just looks so bad. Alongside you promoting the PlayStation 5 Pro with the PS4 game right out the gate in Last of Us Part 2, when really the biggest difference most people are now drawing to is for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which actually looks like a legitimate great improvement. Whether or not it's a $700 improvement, that is your prerogative to decide. But this optics of PlayStation 5 being a machine that just runs PlayStation 4 games, like how many true PS5 exclusives that weren't cross-gen have we had? And now you're having a year where you're having no big exclusives come out outside of Astrobot, and you had a failure in Concord, and you had a PS4 game getting remastered. That was your lineup this year, and we're talking about more remasters. Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm throwing out the God of War 2018 option, but another one being in the fold, as Jeff Grubb is noting. What this state of play needs more than anything else, and what PlayStation as a brand needs more than anything else, and it's not like they absolutely need anything. They have no competition, so they're in a very advantageous position right now. But as far as building goodwill and getting people excited for the PS5 Pro, and just people getting excited for the PlayStation brand in general, because I don't remember a time where the excitement around the PlayStation brand has been so low, is we need a major first-party game. How long have I been saying this? We cannot go another year without a major first-party game. Bluepoint, Bend Studio, Sucker Punch, especially if we can get a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, that would be something that gets people excited. And my expectations, my level of excitement from Sony these days is so low that out of the state of play, all it needs to be a success, one major first-party game, and I would like a collection that people would actually get excited about, like something out of left field, like a Ratchet Future collection, an Infamous collection, you know, the games that actually need to be preserved and people want access to again. Not Horizon Zero Dawn, not Last of Us Part 2, not God of War if that happens, you know, Infamous, Killzone, Resistance, Ratchet Future collection, so on and so forth. Those are collections that would actually get people excited. Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time, I can go on and on. There's so many options for great collections. I get it that maybe it would be a little bit more work than just re-releasing a PS4 game, but damn it, at least build some goodwill. Do some things that people are actually gonna get excited about, because Sony is doing absolutely none of that. And you're talking to somebody that isn't as down on the PS5 Pro and the price point as a lot of other people, but you need software to go along with it, and Sony has no software. Two things can be true. I think the PS5 Pro can be a decent pickup. I mean, $700 without a disc drive is absolutely terrible, but as far as the hardware goes, it can be something that people, especially that hardcore audience, would gravitate towards. But optics-wise, to release a console like that and have literally no software coming out, at least major software, that's a big, big problem, and you just need to change the perception right now more than anything. Show us that you have some games in development outside of just remasters, and that's why this Horizon Zero Dawn story stings so much more, because you're talking about a year when you haven't had major game release. You're talking about a year where the PS5 Pro, a $700 console, was showcased using PS4 games. Like, we're living in the past here, and we need new software, and that's something that PlayStation has been severely lacking in. But that is gonna do it for me. I'm still excited to an extent for the state of play, but my expectations out of Sony are so low these days, it's just hard to be excited for them. They're not doing anything that the consumer wants, and obviously a lot of that was delayed. A lot of what we want from PlayStation was pushed back because of their heavy push in live service, and that's just gonna happen when you've sunk that kind of resources into creating live service games. and that's obviously come to bite them in the ass, and I wish they would be punished a little bit more for it, but Xbox isn't in a position to punish them, and that's how you actually course correct. That's how you face consequences for misfiring, and that's just something that would be healthy for the gaming market. Now Sony can just get away with doing anything because they just don't have any direct competition, at least not to the level that they used to. But that is gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Interested to hear what you guys think. And let me also reiterate, I'm not blaming Microsoft for PlayStation's failures. I'm just saying it would be great. I want Xbox to succeed. I want Xbox to be putting out banger game after banger game. I know they're capable of that, and hopefully 2025 is that with Fable, Gears of War E-Day, and Avowed, because that's the best way we're also gonna get the best out of PlayStation as well. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.